the meek, and I the beast. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? But who am I? Who am I? I can't hear you. Can you dig it, sucker?
Okay, alright, fight fans, we're here. Another live debate. Here with a great panel. Boxing Piece of Rhymes, Mr. Natty Turner, 78 Sports TV, Chris Caban, Charlie Brown, Roberto Silva. I think I covered everyone. Alright guys, great to have you here. So we're gonna talk about a great card happening tonight. So we got Robert Ghost Guerrero fighting Devin Lomachenko versus Gary Russell Jr. So there's other fights on the card as well we're going to talk about. I'm getting some feedback somewhere. Where's the feedback coming from? Oh yes, Charlie Brown. I'm gonna mute you, Charlie Brown, for a second, yeah? Okay, alright. So some other fights on the card we're going to talk about. So let me see what we got over here. Oh yeah, we got Chad Dawson fighting as well. Alright, so we're going to start from Chad Dawson versus George Blade, and we're going to build our way up. So anyone know about Chad Dawson? This is the Chad Dawson comeback fight, and he's going against this guy in this light heavyweight division, going against George Blades, and we're going to start with 78 Sports TV. 78?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about this George Blade guy. I want to see. I'm more interested in seeing how Chad looks coming from, off of his devastating defeat, But he didn't look like he was in too good of a shape on the scale to me. So I don't know how dedicated Chad is to boxing. We'll see where it goes, but hopefully he can get past this guy. I'm not familiar with his opponent though.
No, man, not too. I ain't too familiar with his record either. I don't know. I guess it's a comeback. Well, yeah, we're gonna see how Chad's gonna perform. Let's go, Charlie Brown. Go on, Charlie Brown. What do you know about
Which one, Chad Dawson or?
Yeah, Chad Dawson versus Joe Blade at a light heavyweight bout. We're gonna build on that.
I think it's a disrespect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I think it's a disrespect, man, that he's getting 20 grand for it.
Chad Dawson didn't even make weight.
Yeah, he didn't even make weight, so I think they took 3 grand from him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Chad Dawson didn't even make weight.
That's right. He didn't make the weight. Not only that, I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. I think this is a make or break for Chad Dawson, really. It's a fight that they've put him in there with a guy they know he's gonna beat, but he hasn't even made the weight. So that worries me, That worries me, man.
His dedication and stuff, yeah. That's what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to. Does he want to
took 20%?
Yeah, what? Jeez, man, he was a tool man.
Yeah, that's how they talk. But the thing is, does this guy want to box? Does he want to box? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, all right, Charlie Brown. Thanks for that. Boxing beats a rant.
Well, the whole point is, man, regardless of anything, if he got knocked out or missed the weight, is he's fought a lot of hard fights, and he hasn't reached the pay scale where he needs to have reached. He has to fight. So there's a good chance after that knockout there, we're going to see him get knocked out a couple more times. I'm not being funny, right? He didn't look right in that fight. He looked terrible against Ward. And you can't just attribute it to weight loss, man. There's a lot of people who have lost weight and fought way better than what he fought. He looked really bad. So we could be looking at a shot fighter, but I don't think the George Blades fight will reveal that. And I think what we have to look for tonight is to see if he's fighting for money, if he really wants it, or is he shot. That's it. I mean, that's what I want to see.
Great stuff, Pete. Chris Caban.
Yes, can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm just looking to see if the guy's shot. I saw him on the scale in his last 2 fights. He did not look good at all. I'm just seeing if he's I'm looking at the first 5 rounds. I just want to see, because personally, I think he's shot right now.
Mm.
That's
Wow.
perfect.
All right, cool. All right. Mr. Natty Turner.
Man, I'm with the rest of everybody else on the panel, man. He looked horrible. He looked horrible on the scale. This is a guy that
Yes,
normally
sir.
comes in. He normally comes in fight night 172, 173. He's overweight at light heavyweight. I mean, when has Chad Dawson ever been overweight at light heavyweight? He always weighs under. That's why we thought it was gonna be such an easy task for him to get down to 168. I don't know where his dedication is. This dude that he's fighting, I've never heard of before. I've never even seen a clip of him fight. You know what I'm saying? Chad Dawson is fighting on Showtime Extreme. This is a
He
guy
don't even
that
look like
was
he in shape.
You know what I mean? He don't even look like he's in shape. And Chad Dawson is just coming off of being the light heavyweight champion of the world, and now he's on Showtime Extreme that quick. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know where Chad Dawson is, man. We just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Definitely. Roberto Silva, you've been dying to get a point. Go ahead. What's your take, bro?
He's a tune-up.
Roberto, go ahead, man.
Yeah. Chad Dawson's not in shape, man.
That's what you're going to say? Okay, that's what you want to add to it? All right, cool, man. All right, I'm going to start with you again. Okay, so Devin Alexander's going to go and get Soto Karass, a 10-rounder at the welterweight division. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I'm right here, baby. I'm right here.
Yeah. What's your take on that fight?
About Chad Dawson?
No,
He's
yeah.
not in I think that guy's gonna be nothing but a tune-up. I don't even know who he is. I never heard of him. Yeah, I'm talking about Chad Dawson, that guy Blake that he's fighting. He's a tune-up.
Yeah, okay. We're moving on now. Devin Alexander versus Soto Karass. What's your take on that fight?
Can you hear me?
I don't think you can hear me, man. Maybe
You on that phone? That's why.
he's on the phone?
Yeah, I'll never do this shit on the phone again.
All right, hey, Natty Turner, go ahead, man.
Hold on, I
Man.
gotta fix this, man. I'll get back at y'all, man.
No doubt.
Okay, go on, Mr. Natty
I gotta
Turner.
fix this.
Yeah, man. Look, man. A lot of people are gonna be surprised how Devin Alexander looks against Soto Karass. I think he's gonna handle him a lot better than Keith Thurman did. I don't think he'll get himself in trouble. I think he'll tie up when he needs to tie up. You know what I'm saying? I think Soto Karass is gonna have issues with his southpaw stance, and I feel like Devin Alexander could outpoint this dude pretty easy. I think he could take him. He could take care of him like the same way he did Maidana. You know what I mean? But when people see this, don't get ahead of yourself. It don't mean that he could beat Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying?
So how you got it? So you got him winning easily on points?
I got him winning pretty convincingly on points though.
Okay. Yeah, I see. All right, go ahead, Chris.
I got it like Natty, but I got like a wide UD. I think he might win every round. I don't think he's gonna get in no exchanges. I think he's just gonna stay on the outside and jab him about. Easy fight for Devin.
So what are you saying? What's your prediction? In
I say unanimous decision.
Okay, great. All right, go on, Beats.
Well, in my opinion, we have to look at it like this. He has to make an impression. He lost his title last time out.
Yeah.
We saw what Keith Thurman did to him. Marcus Maidana stopped him. He beat Maidana. He needs, if not a stoppage, he has to be really convincing. It's no good him just scraping by on points because Soto Karass isn't looked on as a potential world champion. So I've got him winning on points, but he has to look good. He has to look good.
Yep.
Definitely. All right, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I'm going to second what Beats said there, man. He has to look very impressive today. I think my prediction is that he'll win on points, but I'd like to see him knock out Karass because Karass is just a journeyman, you know. He's a southpaw as well, Alexander, and he should be able to utilize that against Soto Karass.
And the reason I didn't even call the knockout is because I haven't seen him show that kind of power at 47 to date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So far.
But I think he needs it though. I think
Yeah,
he needs to knock out.
I mean, it would look better if he could dominate, then knock him out without getting in trouble at all. It would look better, but I don't see it.
So you got it on points. You got a knockout going for Devin, yeah, by Vasyl Karass.
I got it on points, but I'd like to see him knock him out. I'd really like to see him go for it and look impressive, to put himself back in, back into the spotlight, because Devin Alexander is a good fighter, is a good boxer, and he's just been unfortunate.
Got to put his punches together, man.
Yeah, yeah, of course, but still, he still needs to, like you said, he still needs to look impressive to put him back in that spotlight.
Okay. Well, I ain't giving my take on Chad Dawson. Let me do my Chad Dawson. Hey, all the valuable points that you guys brought up, it was excellent. I agree with everything you were saying about the weight. I just don't think he should be even being in the ring. Chad Dawson, to me, I think the knockout and the weight drain and just the whole thing, he's in there for money. It shows his lack of dedication. I don't think you're gonna. I reckon you're gonna see a very bad performance. And to be honest with you, people might be calling for him to retire. Talking about Devin Alexander versus Soto Karass, my take is Devin. He just got beat up by. Someone needs to mute themselves. I'm getting some feedback. I think it's Charlie Brown again, man. I'm getting some feedback. Somebody, it's Charlie Brown. Let me mute. I'm mute, sir. Yeah, where was I now? Sorry. Yeah, so I think Devin just come off a real hard fight with Sean Porter, and I don't know what kind of Devin. He looked kind of beat up in that fight. So I think maybe Devin slowed down some, and I won't be surprised if Soto Karass catches up with him and stops him. I won't be surprised because Devin, he relies on speed and timing and power, speed and timing and stuff like that. He's a very he can outclass many, but Soto Karass is a big, strong guy, and to be honest with you, I could see Soto Karass stopping him. So I'm going to go with Soto Karass. Ben Umar jumped onto the conversation. Ben Umar, go ahead. What's your take on Chad Dawson first, bro? Ben Umar.
What you say? Repeat that, Arrow.
Chad Dawson's fighting George Blade. I don't know you know much about George Blade. He's just coming back. What's your take on that? And after, what's your take on Soto Karass versus Devin Alexander?
Yeah, I know who George Blades is. But the thing about that fight is this. It doesn't matter what George Blades shows up. It matters what Chad Dawson shows up. If Chad Dawson shows up bad Chad Dawson, George Blades is going to get beat up. But if he shows up like that guy that fucking was getting knocked out in sparring, he's going to get knocked out again. So it all depends. I got to see what Chad got to offer me before I make any predictions on that dude. Because when I was looking at him, when he was, the pictures of him, he looked like he was fat as hell. And he didn't want to show himself until recently because his face was all chubby and shit. Looked like he'd been making weight for months. So I don't know what's going on with him. But Devin Alexander, man, people kill me when they talk about Devin, man. Because listen, man, Devin lost 2 fights, all right, and he lost 2 fights to good fighters. He ain't losing no bums. I mean, you could give him a little bit of shit because how he lost to Timothy Bradley. But he ain't give up against Sean Porter. He was in there throwing punches to the last moment. He was just getting beat. He was just outclassed that night. So, I think Devin's going to beat Soto Karass easy, man. Soto Karass is one of them, he's like, I don't even know what he is, man. He like the bum whisperer, man. You put that nigga in the ring with people to make them look good. That's all he is. He's nobody. He had a couple good wins. He's going to make people feel better. Devin's going to beat him up. That's my opinion.
Hey, one more thing about that Devin shit. Did they weigh in at 148? Was that the contracted weight?
Yeah, some 149 or something like that.
Why?
I think it's probably because Soto Karass can't make the weight probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big for the weight. Real. All right. We're gonna start with Umar. So Umar, unmute yourself. So we're gonna talk about one of the up and coming fights. I know, obviously, I think the Guerrero fight is the main event, but I'm gonna put it on my show. I'm gonna put it before the Shevchenko and everything. So Umar, what's your take on Robert Guerrero versus the Japanese guy, bro?
I can't honestly. I can't really have a take on it because I've never heard of the guy Kamegai fight until last week. I mean, I never heard of him till last week, and I've never seen him fight. So, you go the bird in the hand, man. You got to go with Guerrero. In my opinion, I got to go with Guerrero because I don't know nothing about Kamegai.
There's some footage of him on Daily Motion.
Is he any good?
Yeah,
No.
That's
He's a bum. He's a bum. He's another bum whisperer.
There you go.
You're just gonna go with Guerrero, right?
Bum whisperer,
Yeah, man. I'm surprised, man. All right, Charlie Brown, go ahead.
Yeah, I think this fight will be more competitive than people are making out. You know, them Jap guys. I know what you're saying is a bum whisperer and all that, but I think them guys there. They train hard. You know what I mean? He'll definitely take him the distance. I'll be surprised if Robert Guerrero knocks him out. Robert Guerrero hasn't fought since Mayweather, right?
Yep. Like 13 months, something like that.
That's right, and that could go for him or it could go against him. You know what I mean? That inactivity is very long. And does Robert Guerrero want to fight? You know, is he in it just for the money, or does he? You know, I don't know with Robert Guerrero, to tell you the truth. I thought the Mayweather fight was his pension fight. I thought he was going to retire after that, to tell you the truth. When he was talking about his wife with the cancer and all that, I thought, and it's not to disrespect him, but I thought like he would have retired. So, he has to have a good showing tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset, on points. I'm not going to underestimate this Japanese guy, not at all.
Good job. Good take, Charlie Brown. Go on, boxing beats.
Man, you guys can name the anomaly of Ashida, a light middleweight, but any Japanese guy weigh over 135 pounds ain't a good look, right? that's one. I mean, most Japanese guys weigh over 135 pounds ain't a good look. Why didn't he fight the guy? If he's really that ambitious to be a world-class boxer, he didn't get knocked out by Floyd. Why didn't he fight Thurman? Why didn't he fight Keith Thurman? Why is he fighting this guy here? You know what I mean? He should win.
Not to lose.
Yeah, that's right. But
I know he's seen the same footage I seen. Trust me.
Yep. Hell yeah. I mean, that's right. You see, you can only find that guy on Daily Motion. I had spare time today. I said, I ain't gonna look up this guy. I don't care who he's fighting. I mean, I said, look. If five of us here, well, I know most of you guys as serious boxing fans. Right? I can vouch for all of you, right? If none of you guys can pick out a world-class or even a fringe world-class fight the guys had, that's all I need to know. I don't need to know no more.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck Keith Thurman. If you really want to fight Floyd in a rematch or be a player, fight Keith Thurman. Yeah.
One of the fights I saw, the dude was not even that much of a slick boxer, but he was styling on him. Shaking his hand, catching him with uppercuts and shit. He was just walking in the shots. I mean, he's there to be knocked out, man.
Yo, but another thing, if both of these guys are available, why isn't Devin fighting fucking Robert Guerrero?
Thank you.
Yes.
That's the fight that should be made. I think the fight was already offered to Guerrero along with the Thurman fight, and he turned it down.
I was thinking the same thing today. I was looking. I was thinking about. I said, why isn't Guerrero fighting? What was his name? Devin. I mean, like, you got. What's this Japanese guy doing?
And the other thing is,
I'll take 2 fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't need to stretch it out.
Yeah.
They're giving Guerrero $1 million, and they're giving that Japanese guy 80,000.
No. Rewind. What? How much is he getting for fighting this guy?
$1 million. $1 million.
Wow.
And that's why he's getting 80,000.
That's why they wanted Guerrero to fight bigger names, because his mandatory minimums went up when he fought Mayweather. So they got to give him $1 million no matter what he paid for fights. That's why they were trying to get him in a good fight. But that motherfucker don't care. He getting $1 million regardless. So he trying to fight whoever.
That's right. Yeah. And the guy's getting 80,000. So it depends on what if that Japanese guy, if he's serious, you know what I mean, it could be an upset, you know, on points though.
80,000 is a massive purse for what he's done in boxing. Massive.
Well, it's still.
No, it's a massive purse for what that guy's done in boxing. Who's he beat? Who's this guy beat? I don't even know his name.
But they're giving. I can't believe they're giving Chad Dawson 20 grand.
20 grand, and this guy's getting 80 grand.
Yeah.
Oh my God, boxing.
I think I pronounced his name one time, and that was it. Can't even remember it no more.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I weigh 265 pounds. I'll shrink down to 147 for 80,000 real quick, though.
Alright, let's move on. Hey, Chris, so what's your take on Guerrero versus the Japanese guy?
You know,
You're breaking up there, Chris. Let me move to Natty, Chris, and when you clear up, then go ahead, Natty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I took a look at the dude, man. He's slow, he's plodding, he gets hit way too much. If Guerrero is serious about making himself relevant in the welterweight division, he better knock this dude out early. He better look hella impressive against this guy. If this guy takes him into deep waters, into the trenches, and makes him look bad, he has no business in the ring with any of the top welterweights.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. I think this guy's there for Guerrero to beat up. Personally, I don't think this fight should have been made. Guerrero should have fought somebody else like Keith Thurman or Devon. I don't even know why this fight has been televised, and this is the main event.
It was part of the Floyd contract. You see, there was a little clause in the contract against Floyd. So, you know, because he took a huge pay cut against Floyd, so that was part of that was part of the clause.
Okay, all right. So everyone got their take on that. So I'm gonna give my take on it. Well, the Japanese guy's been very active. He's all of his fights have been in Japan. He had a fight in the USA, and that was what year was that? That was against Johan Perez, and that was in 2013. And he went to his unanimous decision. He's never been knocked out. That was his only loss, by the way. He's got one draw, and the last fight he had was in 2014, and that was in April. And there's a knockout, so he's been quite active. And you know, Guerrero's been out for like a year, like near a year, and you know, inactivity and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if this dude could put some time in on him. And like, you know, you got the guy who's active and he can try and make a name for himself. I mean, we're not expecting this guy to win, but I mean, he's 5'9" and stuff like that. And if he comes to fight, man, can make it very interesting. You're expecting Guerrero to win because he's got more experience and stuff like that. But like again, man, you know, it's one of them things. There is what Guerrero going to turn up. Is he going to be Guerrero of old, or is going to be Guerrero slow timing, and the Japanese guy can pick him off? We will see. But I'm going to take Guerrero on this by points. I don't see him stopping this dude outright, and so that's my take on that fight. So we're going to move on to the thing.
Hold your train of thought there, hold your train of thought before you move on. Right, I just ranted. I didn't really give my opinion on what Guerrero. Right. Guerrero at welterweight, right? Soto Aiden was giving him the business, right? Giving him the business in the stockroom, right? Andre Berto, once again, giving him the business. Guerrero can't punch, right? He's not that good a boxer, right? And like I said, a Japanese guy with 135 is normally not a good look. But he's Japanese. You have to assume that you don't see much glass-chin Japanese fighters, right? This guy's going to take his punches. In the late rounds, it's going to be a big struggle, right? And he's going to. This is me just making up without seeing the guy fight. I think it's going to be a tough 12-round points decision. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. You know what I mean?
That phone booth style that Robert Guerrero brought to welterweight, he did not fight like that in the lighter weights. He did not fight like that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, Robert used to be a pretty decent boxer when he was at 130. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to this guy when he moved up. You would think he would try to retain those boxing skills.
Hey,
he completely
wasn't training him at 135. I seen some fights where another guy was training him when he was at a smaller weight class.
Dawson trained him for a period as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was better at the smaller weights. Super. Was he at super better?
His dad shouldn't be training him because if that was gonna be my trainer and I looked at his box rec, I said, nah, bro. No.
Man, his dad is not a trainer. He's like a hype man. He's like the Flavor Flav. And that motherfucker don't do nothing but run his mouth.
Flavor Flav.
All right.
Have you seen the show with him and Yoel Judah and Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
That show is horrible, bro. That show is horrible. The production on that.
And his training skills were terrible. What was he telling them dudes?
Basically, that's why I called him a hype man, because of that shit. Because all he was doing was talking shit, and he wasn't really giving them no instruction.
None.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing.
All right. Thanks for takes on that. This should be the main event, and everyone knows this should be the main event.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Mr. Natty Turner. Natty Turner, Russell Jr. versus Lomachenko. WBO title on the line. What's your take, my friend?
Man, I gotta give respect to Lomachenko for taking such hard fights so early in his career. But I don't think it's the most intelligent thing for him to do. I know he's coming into the professional ranks late, and they want to put him on the fast track. You know what I mean? He thinks he needs to outdo what Rigondeaux did and all of that good stuff, man. But to be in your second world title fight in your third fight is just ridiculous to me. And I don't think he's adjusted to the pro style as yet, man. I think he has a lot of amateur things about him that probably might be to his detriment in this fight, man. I think Gary Russell Jr. is kind of licking his chops. If all things being equal, this would have been a better, more competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? If Lomachenko was able to get in more rounds, you know what I mean, have a few more fights under his belt, you know what I'm saying, get himself acclimated, it don't even have to be 10, 5, 4, just a few more fights under his belt. This would have been a more competitive fight, and it would have been harder for me to pick the winner, man. But I got Gary Russell Jr. Taking this dude out, man. Probably a TKO in the ninth. Not a devastating knockout, but I feel like he might get overwhelmed by the speed combinations, and the ref might step in.
All right, good take, Chris Caban.
I think the hand speed factor with Russell's going. I think he's gonna get him the hand speed. It's gonna be too much speed for him. Lomachenko, he got decent speed, but I think Gary Russell's gonna overwhelm him with speed. And I think it's going to be, I ain't going for a knockout. I think it's going to be a unanimous decision.
So you got Lomachenko, right?
Hell no, I don't. I got Russell.
Hey, I'm making sure, bro. You got Gary Russell, yeah? 5 points, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, boxing beats some rhymes.
I've got this thing about Gary Russell. There's certain things I don't like, man. Like, his career just is stagnated, and I think young fighters, if they stagnate, they miss certain points where their growth spurt was really supposed to kick in. And I'm just not sure, man. He's not gonna knock. I don't see him knocking this guy out. I don't see him knocking him out. It's hard to tip a guy in his third fight beating somebody who's so talented as Gary Russell. But yeah, I'm gonna go for Gary Russell on points. Both fight on points.
Good job, Beats. Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I kind of can. Yeah, first of all, I don't understand how this guy's getting $500,000 for this fight. Not that the money is a big thing, but I don't. I think it's a hard fight for Lomachenko. I'm talking about. I think it's a hard fight for him. I know. I second what Natty said. I know what they're trying to do with him. He's had all the amateur experience. And he's trying to sort of better what Rigondeaux did, but I think Gary Russell Jr. is going to knock him out, probably very early as well. I don't see the fight going beyond 6 rounds, to tell you the truth. I don't think he's adjusted. I think it's too early for him to be throwing him in there with Salido and these type of guys. it's an insult, really. You know, even Rigondo had respect. You know, and Rigondo wasn't allowed to if he had his way, he would have fought for a title a lot earlier as well. But he had respect at least. He built up his record to where it was good when he fought Daenerys. So yeah, Lomachenko for me, he's going to get badly exposed tonight, man. With the speed of Gary Russell Jr., it's going to overwhelm him. But saying that, what Beat said is right as well. He's a bit stagnated. He's like I don't like the way his career's gone as well. But hopefully he'll get his career back on track tonight with a knockout.
Okay, thanks for that. Ben,
I feel different than everybody because watching that dude Lomachenko fight, he's gonna cause Gary Russell all kinds of problems, man. First of all, Lomachenko's like 5-6 inches taller than this dude. He got way longer reach, and not to mention that when I watched the Salido fight and I watched Gary Russell's other fights, what I come to find out is that Lomachenko's a better inside fighter, and that's where Gary Russell's gonna have to win is on the inside. And I think Lomachenko's a better inside fighter, so I don't see how Gary Russell wins this fight, to be quite honest. Because Gary Russell, the problem with Gary Russell, even though he's got 24 fights, he hasn't fought anybody, and he can't punch, and he's always breaking his hands. If he breaks his hands against Lomachenko, it's a wrap. He's not beating that guy with one hand. That guy has too many tools in his chest. The guy's not a bum. You're not going in the ring fighting no stiff ass white dude like you normally would. Nah, he can move and he's got boxing skills. I don't see Gary Russell winning this fight. I don't think he's gonna be able to get close to the guy. Me personally, I'll be rooting for Gary Russell, but I don't see him winning.
It's a strong breakdown, bro. It's a strong breakdown.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna chime in on what Umar saying, and I'm gonna upset the card as well. I'm going for Lomachenko, and I'll tell you why. Lomachenko with his tough was it Salido? That 12-round fight, right? That's more tougher than Gary Russell's had to do in his whole career. Okay, yeah, grind, he lost, but
I agree.
Lomachenko, yeah, must have learned so much in that fight that when he fights Gary Russell Jr., who's an on-top fight, you remember Gary Russell's been having everything his way. He's the pretty boy. In terms, not only pretty boy, he's the golden boy, should I say, and everything his own way. I don't think he's a face adversity. Lomachenko, now his first fight, he got thrown into the wolves, and he acquitted himself pretty well. My thing is, yeah, if he starts putting it on Gary Russell, how Gary Russell gonna adapt to that? So it's a case of Gary Russell Jr. He's got so much on the line, but he could end up a bust. And to be honest with you, he should have been somewhere years ago. And now he's got this opportunity. He has to grab it too high. If he doesn't do good in this thing, it could be bad for his career. But Lomachenko, if Lomachenko was to lose this fight, it won't be so bad. We can make it excuses. They threw him in too early, blah blah blah. But I think all the pressure on Gary Russell Jr. and I think Lomachenko's going to be alright with this. I can see Lomachenko pulling this out, man. I think it's timing. I think Lomachenko would be the right timing for him, but we will see. So I'm going Lomachenko by decision. We're gonna open it up to the floor now and on the fight. So which fight, starting with Ben Umar, you think will be the fight of the night?
Isn't that Chad Dawson fights on that same card, right?
Yeah.
I think he fights earlier on Showtime Extreme.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
he doesn't even fight.
I don't know. I know there's 3 fights on that card, but I don't know the third fight.
Devin Alexander, Lomachenko, and Guerrero.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say, I think Devin's just gonna box the shit out of Soto Karass and probably hug him and clinch him and shit like that. So I don't think that's gonna be eventful. Honestly, I think it'd probably be the Guerrero and the Japanese guy, because I think they're just gonna stand in front of each other, probably slug. And like you guys were saying, the one thing you can't say about them Japanese dudes, them motherfuckers like that samurai culture. They willing to die on their shield. They willing to. I mean, they rather kill themselves than let you kill them. So yeah. I don't see that any quitting that guy. So I think that's gonna be a good back and forth fight. So I'll probably go with that one being the best fight.
All right, thanks for much, Charlie Brown. Fight tonight.
Yeah, I'm going with Guerrero and the Japanese guy. For the reason I think Devin Alexander, like I said, he should win that unanimous. He's got to prove himself at. But I think the Japanese guys, they got good work rate, man. I mean, I know what Beats is saying about they're little people. They're not usually good over 135, but they're getting better, man. You know, the Olympic gold medalist middleweight is Japanese as well. So you have to look at it like that. I just think, I don't know, man. For me, Guerrero's got a lot to prove. He's been out of the game. He's inactive, and yeah, he's gonna have a tough night tonight, man, against that guy. I'm telling you.
So fight tonight. Who you got? You got the Ghost and the Japanese guy. Okay, Beats. Yeah.
Only one winner, man. Only one winner. The two undefeated junior lightweight Russell and Lomachenko.
Featherweight, yeah.
The featherweight. Only one. Two undefeated. Olympic gold medalist Lomachenko. Gary Russell was a very successful amateur. We've all been waiting for him to step up to the plate. Lomachenko is a daredevil act. Fearless. Fighting, look, Gary Russell and flipping Salido in your first 3 fights. We see prospects ain't doing that in how many fights, man? You know, this guy's a kamikaze act. So to me, it's an intriguing matchup. That fight all day. That fight all day.
Definitely. All right, Chris Caban fighting tonight. Thanks, Beats.
Lomachenko and Russell is gonna be fighting tonight. I think they're gonna shock people. I think it's gonna be more of a fight than people expect.
Okay. Thanks, Chris. Mr. Natty Turner.
I agree with Chris and Beast, man. Lomachenko, Gary Russell Jr., man. It's gonna be exciting while it lasts. But I have it going 9. But up until that point, it's gonna be a nice scrap.
Wow. All right. Thanks, lad. I'll go fighting now. I'm gonna change it. I think I'm gonna go with Devin and Soto Karass, man. I reckon Soto Karass, if he lands one on Devin's gonna be. That I can see that going backwards and forwards, trying to outbox him to keep his face. I can see that one fight of the night. You know, it's slightly different, but it depends. Like it depends what it is. Hopefully that fight could be that way, the Bull and the Matador, but we'll see. And let's talk about upset of the night, Mr. Natty Turner.
If there's gonna be an upset, I think it's not on the main card. It's gonna be with Chad Dawson.
There you go. That's what I was gonna go there myself. Go ahead.
It's gonna be with Chad Dawson, man. He don't look right, man. It's like he's ripe for the picking right now.
Another thing I didn't bring up: Jean Pascal was the last guy to beat that Jaws Blade. He beat him. He stopped him in 5 rounds, and that was a year ago. So they both come off like career beats, but Chad's been taking the more beating, so he got knocked out by Jean Pascal. Before that, he was never stopped. So, yeah, I can see that. Chris, upset of the night.
Upset of the night. I agree with y'all. That'd probably be Chad Dawson. He coming there looking like damn Grady from Sanford and Son, shaped like Grady from Sanford and Son.
Brad Sanford, man, that's my program, man.
All right. Hey, Beats, go ahead, man. Upset of the night.
Well, what the potential upset? Well, you have to.
Yeah, like what fight on the card do you feel would be an upset? Like Guerrero losing to Japan, that could be an upset. Lomachenko and Russell, not really. But
I don't really rate Guerrero, so I'd say Chad if he gets hit on the China and it cracks. But I tell you what, man, that would be the number one. But Devon, and I'm going to use the way Chris said it. Devon, not Devon in English. I like Devon. Devon cannot sleep on Soto Karass, man. Cannot sleep on this dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So you reckon that'll be upset of the night?
No, I got Chad first, and then Devon could be.
Yeah, I can see. You know what I'm saying? You can see that. Thanks, Beats. Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I'm second Beats, man. You know, Chad Dawson. That would be the upset of the night. And second would be Karass. If Devon's taking him lightly, which I doubt he has. But I think Chad Dawson is make or break for him tonight, man. If he gets stopped, that'll be the upset of the night.
Okay, thanks for that. Enuma. Upset of the night.
I mean, I would like to take a different stance, but I really don't see how I could. I'm gonna just go along with everybody. Chad Dawson. I don't see I don't see Devin losing the Soto Karass at all, but I can see what they're saying about Soto Karass because sometimes he could pull a rabbit out of his hat, but I don't see that happening at all. But the thing about Chad Dawson, man, is I want to ask you, what the hell happened to Chad Dawson, man? This is the guy that handled B-Hop. Handled him.
Let me tell you what happened to Chad Dawson. He got a big-ass mouth. Comes on HBO talking about, I'll fight you anywhere. 70, 68, da-da-da. And motherfuckers called his bluff, man. That's what happened to Chad Dawson. He had no business at 168 pounds. No business. He was strong, ready at 175.
Yeah, but now
that Andre Ward wouldn't have beat him anyway, but it wouldn't have looked like that.
He fought 168 before that.
Before, but years before. He's been at 175 solid for a while.
That's right. Yeah.
168 is something he fought earlier in his career before he became champion and all of that.
Chad's warming up right now. He got a Mike Tyson shirt on, so hope he coming for some business.
I'll tell you what, right? George Blades, I've never seen him fight, but to me, his strategy, at least for the first minute, should be to rush him.
Yeah, test that chin.
Catch him, I mean.
Test that chin.
Yeah, that shell shock, man. See if you can get.
Yeah.
It's like that Vietnam flashback shit and fuck him up, boy. You know what I mean?
Even though the way Andre Ward and Stevenson did it, they set they shit up. They didn't like rush him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They said they power up and caught him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but does George Blades have the guile to do that?
Hell
That's
no.
why I'm saying rush him. Exactly. So he might just have to. Bum rush the show, boy.
Yeah, see if you can land something clean. See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo, fellas, I gotta be out, man.
Are you kind of?
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right, now, yeah,
Bless Natty.
yeah, man, so
Bless up everybody, man.
Yes, man.
I'll catch you on the aftermath.
All right.
Peace.
Cool. Wow.
yeah, my upset the card. I think I'm just gonna go with Devin Alexander and Finland. So Karass, man. I can see Soko just doing him, bro. Just doing him up, bro. Doing Devin dirty. But other than that, man, let me start with Beast. I'm gonna be Beast. What's your ranking of this card in terms of like where do you rank it? Of the people on the card, do you rank it higher, or you're just waiting to see how it pans out the fights?
It's a good card, man. It's a good card. It's a good card. Yeah, it's a good card. It's a good card. Like get to see Chad coming back. The Russell and Lomachenko fight is a beauty. That's a really good fight for me. Yeah, Guerrero. Soto, Karass, and Devin. Devin just lost his world title. Soto, Karass. To me, he beat Mike Jones in the first fight. He beat up Andre Berto. Like he gave Keith Thurman a few problems hurting. It's a good card, man. I ain't complaining. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, man. Chris Caban, go ahead. How do you rate the card, bro?
I think it's a pretty decent card. It's a pretty decent card. It's pretty deep. That's all. It ain't nothing standoutish about it. It's just decent.
Okay. Charlie Brown?
Yeah, it's not a 5-star card, but it's probably a 3.5, 4-star card. You know, it is a good card. They've put together a good mixture of different weights and fights, and a lot of questions are going to get answered tonight. You know, yeah, it's good. I rate Delaware for this one.
Yeah, I definitely do as well. Ben Numa, what's your rates of the card, Ben Numa?
I think the card is gonna be good because to us, we like certain type of fight style matchups and we know what's going on. But in the eye of the public, I think this card is probably trash because, I mean, there's, nobody's probably going to really want to watch this card, but we want to watch it because we're hardcores. But honestly, I don't think the card is that good. But I think it's going to turn out to be good, if that makes any sense.
I think it's a very good card. It's a fight fans card, right? If you know about your boxing. I think for the purists...
that was pretty much what I was trying to get across when I was saying I should have said that one.
I think it's a very fight for... I think for people who like some good boxing, got slugging, Golden Boy. So De La Hoya. 1 minute. So De La Hoya on his first comeback, taking over Golden Boy, has done a good card of putting this card together, and it's very balanced. You don't usually see that. Very balanced. You're gonna see a decent card there, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyone else want to say anything before we close?
What time does it start? About 3 o'clock.
Nah, the card just started right now.
Man, no, somebody mute, man.
Maintain a fast work rate. Box.
Somebody's got it on in the background, and then
Breazeale said Vargas, in his opinion.
I'm just in the background, man. If anyone's you, man.
Nah, that's not me. It was Chris.
Oh, it's Chris. Okay, my fault.
Yeah, just started. Beats the Chad Dawson's on the undercard that's on right now, but they got Dominic Breazeale fighting first, then Chad Dawson, and then the other card starts.
There ain't no links for that, man.
No, there is. No, I'm gonna try and find it, but anyway,
there's links. I know the link. I'll send it to you. All
right, well, we're gonna end the quickly cast, but I thank you guys for coming over here. Ben Umar, Charlie Brown, Boxing Beast, Ram, Chris Gavan, Civic Sports TV, and Mr. Natty Turner, and I hopefully maybe Beats or one of the others will probably do an aftermath, depending on the card if we're up. But thanks to you guys for coming over, watching the channel, and we're gonna catch you.
Mailbag tomorrow. I'll be hosting a mailbag. Whoever's listening, man.
Okay, right. No problem. Thanks, B.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see you out, man. Peace.
Peace.
Good music here.
Mute yourself, you can hear it. Suckers!
Yo, Arrow, where's Stevie Ray at, Arrow?
I don't know, man. We need to find him, man. We need to find him.